Hey guys, my name is Patrick, and today I'm with my friends JC and Andrew, and we are here in one of the busiest area in sunny Intramuros. And today we're going to visit three of many famous museums within the vicinity. So guys, what do you expect in today's journey?
So I'm expecting to learn something new in this journey.
How about you, JC?
Given that Intramuros has a lot of places to offer, I look forward to see how museums affect our multicultural diversity here in the Philippines. What are you waiting for? Tara!
Go!
Okay, so our first stop will be Fort Santiago, and it is located in the heart of Intramuros. And a little fun fact, did you know that Jose Rizal was imprisoned there? So right now we are currently in Wall of Martyr, and it is said that the Japanese soldier used this as a picnic ground in World War II.
Up until now, it is used for picnic grounds.
So guys, remember if you're craving for matcha, you can always get it free here in Fort Santiago.
In the heart of Fort Santiago lies the shrine of Jose Rizal, which was originally built as a military barracks. But then, it became a prison cell of our national hero, which was filled with rebellion, sedition, and formation of illegal societies.
Our original plan was to go inside the Rizal Shrine, but unfortunately, it was closed during Mondays. Which leads me to my fun fact. Museum fact! Did you know that in this location, Rizal was detained for 56 days? And in those 56 days, he wrote some letters asking for forgiveness from his family.
Beside the Rizal Monument, here we can see the Raha Solomon Theater.
This is also where Dr. Jose Rizal spent his last night before his execution.
On this site lie the mortal remains of approximately 600 Filipinos. Their bodies were found inside a nearby dungeon where victims of the atrocities perpetrated by Japanese imperial forces were imprisoned during the last days of February 1945.
During filming, we met a stranger who's kind enough to let us interview him. His name is Tom. Tom is an English professor, so we grabbed the opportunity to ask him about his insights.
Yes, so in the times that I've been coming and visiting museums here in the Philippines, I think there have been some really exciting innovations in the way that the materials are presented. Similar in the Ayala Museum, I think it is. I went there maybe 5 years ago, and they have the virtual reality experience of the Rizal execution, right, where you put the headset on and you're sort of, as it were, in his shoes before he was executed and became a martyr for the Philippines. So I think it's the way that history is kind of represented, and is really through technology, especially, and through different media. And that means I think it reaches new audiences. So children, for example, who may not be interested in what they might see as some boring old building, perhaps they will become enthused by a Lego sort of version, or a Lego model of or representation of the cathedral and the other buildings hereabouts. We have more than, okay, so you can see and hear something with virtual reality or on a screen, but we have obviously more than two senses, human beings, that we can draw on. So you're not going to capture the smells, you're not going to capture the kind of the feeling of the wind against you, the sort of the atmospheric, when you go into one of the darker corners of Fort Santiago, the sort of, I was touching the walls and thinking, like, these are walls that are several hundred years old, and I'm touching history physically here. And that's not an experience I think you can have in the digital world. There are things that have happened in the past that perhaps are not memorialized in the way that they should be. And this is often to do with the sort of politics of today. So one example I would say about the Philippines, this is something that I would like to see much more memorialization of, is the sort of revolutionary period and the Spanish-American War and the Philippine-American War. So it's very hard to find memorials to the brave people who fought for your independence. Museums are places that bring people together. I mean, if you look around, I guess there are other people all over the world who have gathered here. And what happens is that it is a sort of a communicative act, and it is a place where people connect, because everyone coming here will bring their own sorts of experiences and knowledge, and there will, you guys, just before we did this interview, you and I were both talking about how the part of England I come from, as an English person who's come from thousands of miles away, I'm making connections between here and where I come from. So that's a connection made, and museums can sort of bring people together through their own experiences. And
hello, lovely day. Hello, sunshine. Hello, sky. Hello, white clouds floating by. Hello, cooling summer breeze coming whistling through the trees. Hello, sand and hello, seas. Hello, positivity surrounding everything I see.
We're currently here in Plaza España, and the building right behind me was the original location of University of Santo Tomas. And the building right over there, where BPI is standing right now, is our old location of Santo Domingo Church. Both were destroyed in 1945 during the World War, and both buildings found their new home in España and Quezon Ave respectively.
Guys, this is King Philip II, who discovered the Philippines, who was 7,600 and something islands. Throughout our whole journey, it highlighted the importance of historical places in our identity. I agree with the sayings of Dr. Jose Aliazar Bersales that a nation without museum is a nation that has nothing to show of where it has been, what it has become, and what it seeks to be. Each museum has different culture that communicates the message of diversity, uniqueness, and a strong lesson that no matter how different we are as a person, there are still these places we call museums that we should treasure to communicate as a one and as a multicultural nation.
So we're here. We're back. We are done. Yeah, it was a very tiring, fulfilling, and educational day. But before anything else, I just wanted to ask you guys, how was today? What are your key takeaways with everything that happened today?
My favorite part of this journey was when we visited Fort Santiago. We saw where Jose Rizal was imprisoned and where he spent his last night before his execution. We also met this English professor from the UK. We interviewed him and learned a new perspective about museums after that.
My takeaway is, there are a lot of people who appreciate Filipino history, and it is evident through the people who visit historical sites such as Intramuros. There are diverse types of people like locals, students, employees, and also tourists from different places around the world. With our English interviewee Tom, who just asked for some directions from us, became one of our highlights throughout this tour. He said that museums play a huge part in our multicultural communication, serving as an avenue to let people from different places come together and see the beauty of the shared past.
I agree with what Tom said. Being there physically does feel a lot different than seeing it on screen. Like what we did with that band bike thing. Yeah, actually writing it and seeing people write it hits a lot different. The wind brushing through your hair with the sight of old preserved buildings passing by. It just makes me feel like a teenager again.
So I guess it is safe to say that that was your favorite part of the whole trip.
Hands down. All we need is a background music and let the credits rolling and I'm living in a coming-of-age film. And that's about it. It's a wrap. Thank you guys for watching, and this has been our Intramuros tour.
Recording. Sound check, sound check. Hi, my name is John Christian C. Ramos. Lorem ipsum dolores one. Hi, test shot lang. Lang sa'yo mo. Dito.
And did you know?
This is me before riding bum bike.
This is me before riding bambay.
This is me